What's up, everybody? Kevin here, and I'm hanging out with some chickens. Now, you'll be fascinated to learn that chickens and narcissistically abusive people share some things in common, and we're going to talk about it right here on The Royal We. Now, one of the ways in which chickens survive and live within their circles of other chickens is they operate by what's called the pecking order. How many of you have heard of the pecking order? Well, with chickens, they will literally peck each other's eyeballs out in order to establish this pecking order. Typically, they go after ones that are weaker, or for whatever reason, the chickens that are unable to assimilate into the group. Now, this is the first thing that they share in common with narcissistic people. How many of you have dealt with narcissists in toxic environments where they are constantly bumping their chest with other people, trying to establish the pecking order or their hierarchy, where they are the alpha? And now a lot of people will say, well, sure, see, there you go. That's the natural, instinctual order of things, right? There's the alpha. It's baloney, nonsense. It leads me into the second thing that chickens have in common with narcissists. And that's this. Yeah, sure, they have their pecking order, right? Established. But here's the second thing that goes with that. They're dumb animals. They are literally dumb. They are so dumb that they will peck each other's eyes out. All they do is scratch their poop around the ground, eat grain, and lay eggs. Chickens are dumb creatures. In fact, it's starting to rain right now, and from what I understand, I don't know if it's true or not, but if chickens are left out in the rain, they may look up and choke on the rain. This is how dumb they are. It's as if when God designed the brain, which is about this big for a chicken, there was no room for compassion and empathy, insight, wisdom, discernment in that size of a brain. And so to compare humans, even narcissists, with chickens, is basically to establish that narcissistic people operate on a very dumb level. Like in their brain, there's just not enough room for the compassion and the empathy. All that they have is to scratch their poop around the ground and peck at everybody else's eyeballs, trying to establish their pecking order. You see, the reality is as humans, we are designed and gifted with things like compassion and empathy and sympathy and the ability to lift others up and out of situations when they're not assimilating in the group, to help people out when they're not feeling well. This is the human condition. We're not supposed to be living in a pecking order society or job place or workplace or hierarchy toxic family where there's a pecking order for a golden child status, pecking the eyeballs out of the black sheep of the family. That is dumb chicken brain stuff. And for people to actually think that that's a way of living, it shows how dumb they are. To live like chickens, to operate with the same brain capacity as chickens in a pecking order? No, thank you. Listen, here's what you and I need to understand. In order to get out of toxic relationships and get away from narcissists, understand that their pecking order condition means their brain is just dumber. And all you need to do is understand that you just need to get out of the cage. Get out of the cage. Don't live in the cage with the chickens. There's a reason these chickens behind me are all caged up, right? This goes along. The cage goes along with their pecking order and how dumb they are, right? You and I just need to be outside of the cage of toxic relationships. Let the narcissist be in the cage that is the world, that is their pecking order for alpha whatever, their hierarchies. Let them live in that cage. Let them peck each other's eyes out. You are to be on the outside of the cage, like me outside of this cage right now. We can be observers. We can watch. We can sit back and watch as these chickens peck each other. Every now and then go in there and separate them, right? And say, no, you all can lay eggs. We'll keep you guys apart, right? This is why you go no contact. It's to stay outside of the cage of the pecking order nonsense, of the chicken brain nonsense of narcissism in this world, wherever it may be, in a family that you're dealing with, in neighbors that you're dealing with it, in a job you're dealing with it, simply go no contact with them. Get out of the cage, get out of that narcissistic world. Don't play in the games of the pecking order. All right? Let's not be a part of your healing journey. Down below, you'll find access to one-on-one appointments with me. We can have a telephone call, a WhatsApp, or a FaceTime video call, or a text message consultation. The link to my calendar is down below. Also, follow me on Instagram at JoinTheRoyalWe, and I'll be back with more videos for you right here on The Royal We.